Hello, beautiful soul family. Rebecca here, your Vibe mentor, bringing you another live trauma spotting session. I'm excited to offer these to you through the beautiful soul family that has volunteered to come forward to receive a free trauma spotting session in exchange for posting it here on YouTube so that you can get a sense of what it looks like to heal the wounds that hold you back so you can finally step into your purpose. Today, I bring you Zahedan. She is a beautiful soul from Malaysia. I will say that, of course, English is not her first language. So if that is something that is challenging for you, I encourage you to listen with your heart and not with your brain. I find that I don't struggle with accents at all. I can understand just about anybody very, very well, sometimes when it's not even my language, because I'm listening with my heart and my intuition. So she speaks well. She has great English. I don't want to scare you, but for some people that do complain about accents, for those of you who struggle, just listen with your heart. Close your eyes, silence your mind, and allow your body to receive what is being said. Now, of course, this is not a fast-paced process. Healing takes time, focus, and attention, and stillness. So there will be moments where she is in processing that we are quiet. Be patient, because on the heels of that is the breakthrough. So that's what we're waiting for. And I certainly could share with her the new perspective or the thoughts that she should have, but unless she receives that on her own, it will not be embodied. So you have to be patient to be able to see the breakthrough. So what we're working on today is a feeling of not being physically enough, that there were relatives who made her feel as if her appearance was a problem. And so we'll get into this. I don't want to spoil the story, but just so you know, I did receive an email from her after the fact, and she said, I'll read the email to you. She says, "Hello, Rebecca. Since our last session, I have started to notice the difference. The memories remained, but there were no longer any feelings associated. My emotions are neutral, and I'm so happy. I owe you everything." And then she originally had asked if we could blur her face, which I wasn't even going to post it if that was her preference. But then she says, you don't have to blur my face anymore because she's feeling more confident in who she is. So I absolutely am so honored to be able to offer this to our community to help you remove the blocks that hold you back so that you can step into your purpose and shine your light the way you came here to do. So without any further ado, let's jump in. Sending lots of love to you, the viewer. Send lots of love to Zahedan. Show your support. Let her know that you're here for her. Send her love, and know that the tide rises all boats. So as we help elevate our sister, you help yourself as well as the collective whole. All right. I love you, my friends, and I will see you on the next one. What are your challenges, and what would you like to work through today?
I mean, I have IBS. I've been diagnosed with OCD, with OCD and anxiety. And then for physical symptoms like IBS, mostly chronic fatigue and all that stuff. So, but somehow I managed to. I'm not saying that I finally able to heal, but I am able to alleviate the symptoms.
Good.
So because I've done research about vagus nerve and all that stuff, so
Wonderful.
I managed to alleviate the symptoms, but I still do have some of the symptoms, and because of that, I cannot work. And I saw your videos about how trauma can make us overwhelmed. So that's when I know what my problem is, because I had to stop doing what I was doing because of I had burnt out. So that's why, and I tried to get a job, but I couldn't get a job. But before that, I had to quit my job because of the anxiety.
Okay.
Yeah.
What were you doing for work before?
Sorry?
What were you doing for work before?
I was a graphic designer, web designer.
Great.
So, and I had to quit my job because of the anxiety. And then after I managed to get rid of it's not get rid. I still have sometimes the symptoms of anxiety, but because I heal my gut, so like 90% of the anxiety
Good.
is gone. Yeah. So and then after I finally able to heal my anxiety, I tried to do some selling some stuff online,
Mhm.
and then I was very overwhelmed. I was overwhelmed with the amount. I don't think that that amount of work was overwhelming to make someone overwhelmed, but because of the trauma, childhood trauma, and also because of the history of OCD and all that stuff.
Mhm.
So I think that that was that what makes me had the burnout. So until now, I cannot do anything. I mean, I'm not working, so I'm not doing anything right now. And also because of the because of the problem that I'm having, and because I cannot I tried to look for a job, but tried many interviews, job interviews, and all that stuff, but I didn't get any job. So and then I am right now I'm thinking about starting my own business. I mean, my own web design or graphic design business and all that stuff. But when I plan and visualize all the stuff that I'm going to make for that business, the action, and it triggered the fight and flight. So, and the fight and flight activation is very chronic. It's like when I just thinking about that and visualize in my head the plan and all that stuff, my neck would become very tense.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was very painful, very hurt, and then I had to lie down. I had to get rest, and I mean for that day I cannot do anything because of the tense and
Sure.
made me very uncomfortable. So
Typically,
I can.
Typically, I would ask you, the next question I would ask you is, what does your dream look like? But I don't want to trigger you too much. So do you feel like that's something that we could talk about today? Or do you want to avoid going too far into what is your dream?
Yeah, I don't want to avoid anything because
Good.
Good. I've been like running around, I've been like this like for the last 5 years. Been struggling with mental health and and because you talk about how trauma hide our purpose, make us, so that's when I realized that that's what's holding me back, because right now I have that some fear of being seen, because when I want to start putting myself out to the world, putting videos and all this, I have to record myself, put my photos, but it's like I am afraid to do that because I have trauma with my appearance because of the childhood trauma, family members commenting about my appearance and all that stuff. So I am not confident with myself. I don't feel I think I don't feel safe in my body, and I don't feel confidence about how I look.
Yeah. Okay.
So I have that fear of being seen.
Okay. So you're absolutely correct that when we have those experiences that count as complex trauma, technically there's a fracture within us where we feel like if there's something wrong with me, I have to break apart this part that's a problem is sort of rejected. It's put into the shadow, right? That I can't I can't shine my light and be authentically who I am 100% as the divine made me to be if there's a problem with part of me, right? So that's where we are made perfectly imperfect for our purpose, right? The divine ordered every single hair on our head. There's not a single thing that is bad or wrong or broken. And every aspect of us is necessary to be able to step into our purpose. So when we decide that part of us is right, it's kind of like a fracture, right? If this is one whole piece and then all of a sudden we fracture and there's a part of us that's bad, we put that outside of ourselves, or we say that I have to reject this part of myself, then I can't fully step into the purpose that the divine has for my life because I have taken that part of myself and ostracized it or put it outside or condemned it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's how our purpose gets suppressed. So let's just take a minute and you let me know if you start to feel activation, we can calm down and back away. But I want to ask you sort of the dream question, right? If I had a magic wand that I could wave and I gave you $1 billion and you had that in the bank account, it would never run out. You never had to worry about it. And you didn't have to work for money anymore. You get to design your perfect life. How would you spend your days? How would you use your time?
I would draw, painting.
Mm.
That's my hobby. It's not hobby. That's my interest. My passion is in art.
Good.
But I don't know how to make money with that. Yeah, I don't know how to make money with that.
Yep. You don't have to worry about that. You have $1 billion in the bank account.
Okay.
Okay.
So that if I have $1 billion in my account, I would paint every day.
Okay. Beautiful.
Paint every day.
Anything else?
Travel. Travel to places, Europe. I mean, traveling and spending time with my loved ones.
Good. So connection with friends and family is important to you?
Yes.
Okay.
Connection. Yeah. This is very recently. I just realized that what I really want is a connection. So because I'm single and I have no friends, I mean, I don't have a lot of friends. Yeah, money is one of that. But what I do really need is connection.
Yeah. Along with complex trauma comes isolation. It's very common. Yes. And because complex trauma is a relational wound, what that means is our relationships are what hurt us. We tend to shy away or back away from relationships, and that continues to perpetuate the wound and keep us stuck and prevents our healing because we need healthy connection to be able to heal the original wound of unhealthy connection. Does that make sense? And it is even more interesting when you think about spiritual beings who want to make a difference in the world. They want to create beautiful art and share their light through their art. They can't do that if we're too afraid of rejection or being hurt by others. Right?
Yes.
Okay. So now let's talk about your childhood. Did you feel safe, seen, heard, cared for, and loved as a child?
I would say probably not, because what I can say that I have like this CPTSD, or what they call the small T trauma.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Accumulate those years. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go through each one of those. Did you feel safe?
Right now, I don't feel safe. This is something that I realized because it's in my subconscious. So when I just realized about this because I have a lot of time contemplating. So this I'm afraid to do what I need to do about business because I am alone. So I think I have the fear of being alone. So before this, I already have planned about starting my own business, selling something online, maybe selling courses, digital products and all like that, but that and or any other business. But I'm afraid that if anything happened to me, I don't have someone that can back me up or someone that got me. So that's what back all these years.
So we want to remember your current state is created by your internal environment, and your internal environment was created when you were a young child, right? So we want to kind of look at the childhood and ask those questions. Did you feel safe as a child?
I don't think I remember that.
Okay. And that's okay. If we don't have a lot of memory, that's not uncommon, and it doesn't prevent the healing, right? Did you feel seen as a child?
No.
Okay. So what comes to mind when I ask you that question?
Well, because during my childhood and my teenage years, I always got compared by the with my sisters.
Okay.
From the people around me, the relatives, friends, because of the appearance between me and my sisters. They are more attractive than me. So oftentimes when the friends and families of my parents, when they visit us or at school, they would comment about my physical.
And what would they say?
So they would compare about skin color, about weight, and not only that, my biggest critic was my mom.
What did
she I don't I think she's worried if I won't be married in the future. So when I was in, I think, teenagers or early adults, so she would always commented and suggest me to improve my appearance, to be fashionable, to put more makeup, to lose weight, to do all this and all that. Until I became adult, and this just stopped like recently, like this 2-3 months. This year just stopped recently. So it started when I was teenager until adult. And I'm 30, in 30s now, in my 30s now.
Yeah. And how did that feel when your mom would tell you that you needed to change your appearance?
I think that she did not accept me as who I am, because I wanted her to accept me as who I am. Because of that critics, that comments made by her, I feel very I don't feel confident in my body. I don't feel confident to be to put myself out there.
Okay.
Because of
as you tell me that, as you recall the things your mother said to you, how does your body respond? What area of your body calls your attention most right now?
Well, I'm not sure this is true, but I feel like this part at the neck and shoulders.
Yeah. And you mentioned earlier when you were trying to develop the vision for a business that's where you felt the tightness. Is that?
Yes.
I recall that correctly.
Yes, I remember. Like I think 2 months ago or 3 months 2 months ago, this my mom commented about my about what I wear, So, and then when she made that comment, my neck became very tense.
Okay.
So that's when I think the worst time that I had that experience.
Okay.
Before that, I didn't feel any of that physical sensation
Sure.
in my body when.
How would you describe that sensation in your shoulders?
Very tight, almost like almost that it will snap. Yeah, very tight.
Okay.
So, and then I had to think about something else, and then it will slowly become very mild after
Okay.
that. But sometimes it takes days to feel to be feel mild. So
Okay. Say that again. It takes days for what?
it takes for the tightness to become mild.
Okay. So that was my next question. On a scale of 1 to 10, how activated is that tightness? Let's say, for the example, when your mother mentioned something about your clothes recently. Was it a 1 being not very tight? Obviously, you said it's about to snap. So I'm guessing, are we close to a 10? Is it an 8 or 9?
Like 7.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. So typically we'd go through all the questions: safe, seen, heard, cared for, and loved. But I feel like this is what we should work on today, right? The ability to accept ourselves and even to feel confident, right? So you have this dream. There's a couple things I want to touch on before we jump into the healing. I hear 2 different goals. One is, if I had $1 billion in the bank account, I would just paint all day and be a creator. Be the creator that you were made to be. That feels beautiful, and it feels like it flows effortlessly from you. And then the other goal is, I want to create a business. Maybe I'll sell courses. Maybe I'll do this. And when you try to build your business in your mind, it creates anxiety for you, and it activates your trauma responses, right? Your fight, flight, fawn, freeze.
Yeah.
So there's a disconnect there, right? Our heart and our desires are our compass that point us towards our purpose. And you have this block of, I don't know how to make money, that's keeping you from following your heart's desire, right? I should ask this question as well. I work with a lot of different people who have a lot of different preferences. Do you prefer the term God, creator, universe, source? What's your preferred term, right? When you think of the higher power that's in charge of all universal activity, what is your preferred name? God. Okay, good.
Yeah.
So when we think about, imagine art as a little glowing bulb, right? A little glowing globe that's put inside your heart. That's your purpose, right? They did a recent Disney movie called Wish, and it depicts it perfectly, right? There's this beautiful light inside of us. It is our wish. It's our heart's desire. And it was put there by God, right? And when I say you're made perfectly imperfect for your purpose, that means every single aspect of you was made with intention, right? There are no accidents. And it all is necessary to be able to support your purpose, your gift, your wish, your desire, right? It is safe to trust the guidance of the desires of your heart, okay? That's a statement that was created by a woman by the name of Amanda Francis. I just want to give her credit here. That's not really relevant, but we want to say that again, right? It is safe to trust the guidance of the desires of your heart. Okay. So what that means is, your heart says art. Your heart says, let me paint all day. That's what we should do, right? I don't like to should on anyone, but that's your path. That there will be abundance, there will be freedom, there will be financial support if you follow the gift that God put on your heart. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So in order to do that, we have to believe that everything about us is exactly as it should be. Okay? That you are beautiful, that you are perfect just as you are, that you are more than enough, right? That you are loved deeply beyond measure, not only by the creator of the universe, God, but by many people who would love you if you allowed us to see you, right? And that's why I want to commend you for being willing to post this on a public platform, right? There are a lot of people in this community on this YouTube channel that will love you for who you are, no matter what. And they now have the opportunities to support you and to care about you and to send you that love because you're allowing them to see you. Does that make sense? How does that feel in your body when I say that?
I feel relief, but I don't feel any. I don't feel any sensation in my body.
Okay, and that's fine.
Mhm.
I wanted to give you the opportunity to feel the support that is there for you.
Mhm.
Okay. One other thing I'm going to touch on before we jump into the healing portion is it is very, 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 I should add 10 more varies, very common for us as those of us who've experienced complex trauma to disassociate from our body. And so what that means is we detach from our body, right? So you're feeling things in the shoulder, and that's good that you can feel in your body. That's a better place than some are in. But to not feel anything in the lower portion of the body might mean, it doesn't necessarily mean, but it could mean that you are not really allowing, whether it's your subconscious brain or other areas of your being, right? The other parts of you that don't want to feel what's in the body, because likely, especially with a lot of illness, there's traumas stored in the body that are so painful, the brain doesn't want to look at them. It doesn't want to see them, doesn't want to feel them. Right? So most people who have complex trauma, we tend to want to get away from it, right? I should be careful, not most, some. A lot of us, we want to get away from it. And so for spiritual beings, that's awesome because we get to meditate and astral travel and go up into the heavens. That allows us sort of the escape from the body. But in order to fulfill our purpose and to discover our gifts, right? We have many gifts that are within us that are stuffed down by this trauma, as well as the desire to suppress the feelings. It's hidden, right? So we want to make friends with our body. We want to declare in this moment, I now want to feel my body, right? I want to feel everything within me, even if it's good or bad, right? And there is no bad. There's uncomfortable, but that will be temporary, right? So as we jump into the healing, it's important to declare to your mind and to your body, I'm going to be in my body now. I'm going to feel this now. Okay. Okay. So I do want to sort of touch on, since we just brought illness back to top of mind, there's a man by the name of Gabor Mate. Not sure if you've heard of him, but he is a doctor. He's a physician. He was in the medical field for a very long time, and he made a very bold statement publicly that said that 95% of diseases, and forgive me if I'm not quoting this number exactly right, it might be 97, it might be 92, but something in that number or in that range, let's say 90, right? That's safe. 90% of diseases are connected to trauma. That we think that illness or genetic predisposition is what is that we're destined to it, that we will have to experience this because our mother did, or because our father did, or because this is just a permanent disease, right? IBS or all of those autoimmune diseases can be very difficult to heal because they struggle to understand what causes them. And he made the very bold statement that 90% of diseases are directly connected to trauma, that there is a very small percentage of diseases that are actually genetic, that we actually are predestined to experience. Does that make sense? So what that tells us, and again, I'm not a physician, and this is a full liability disclaimer in every possible way. I'm not going to claim to be able to heal your diseases, but I can say that experts in the industry have suggested that there is potential for healing the body through healing trauma. Does that make sense? Okay. So we want to sort of remove any diagnosis that says you have to have this or you will have this forever, right? And we do that because the power of the mind, right? Your mind is powerful. It's able to create beautiful, amazing things. And we don't want to limit it. We don't want to limit our creative capacity with all of these beliefs that says I can or I can't. Okay. Okay. So I think we're ready to jump into the healing portion. I'll just explain to you briefly how it'll work so that you understand, and then we'll dive into it. You have a question?
Okay, 1 second.
Sure.
All right.
Okay, very good. Okay, so what I do is called trauma spotting. I was trained in brain spotting and then quickly realized that without the divine, the brain spotting process was not complete. And so I've brought in the angelic realm. I call in our God, our creator, our source, as well as the Holy Spirit and whatever other guidance comes through. So you could call that energy healing, you could call it whatever you will, but ultimately we are going to heal your trauma today, okay? Also keep in mind, one session is not going to fully move us through things. It's usually about 6 months to a year before people really start to feel like they're on the other side of it. But we'll certainly be able to make some shifts and changes for you today. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll talk about the experience with your mother and feeling that your appearance is not acceptable. Then we will bring out a pointer. I'll use this pointer. We'll identify the area of the body, likely the shoulders, where you feel this most activation. We'll move the pointer around and we'll find the area where it's most activated. And then from there, there's really not anything for you to do. That's the beautiful part of this work. Your only job is to ask the mind to stay present with the sensations in the body, right? I'll tap back in with you. We'll have some moments of silence, but I'll tap back in with you and just kind of let you know what I'm experiencing or whatever questions might come up that's, delivered for me to ask you, or we'll ask, how are you feeling? What are you experiencing in your body? Does that make sense?
Yeah, but what if I don't feel anything when you ask me?
Trust that the divine will guide me in helping you along the path. Okay. The important point to note here is the body is designed to heal. The body knows how to heal. It doesn't need us to tell it how to heal as long as we get the mind out of the way. Okay. So that's why the mind just needs to be still and present with the sensations in the body, and that way the body can handle the healing. That makes sense? Okay, beautiful. All right, so just kind of recall, maybe it's the most recent memory. If you find that that's activating enough, otherwise we can go all the way back into the earliest years where you felt criticized by either family, friends, or your mother. Just look for that first time where you realized, you discovered or realized, you internalized that belief that there's something wrong with the way I appear. What comes to mind when I ask you that?
Because my uncle, when I was a teenager, my uncle insulted me because of my weight and also of my, in teenage years I had acne, but that's when, teenagers, but he insulted me by he made that kind of this like gestures like this.
Okay.
So I wasn't really overweight actually, but yeah, I wasn't really overweight, but of the comment, maybe they made the comment because they compared me to my sister, because my sisters were very thin. So yeah, I was maybe I was a bit overweight for teenagers. Okay. So that's what comes to my mind.
Okay. Did he use any specific words or just the gesture?
No, just the gesture.
Okay. And what did you decide in your own mind?
Decide?
So when he makes that gesture to you, how did you feel in your head? What did you decide about yourself? Did you decide in that moment, there's a problem with me.
Yes, I feel that I'm not enough.
I'm not enough.
I was very sad, and it took me years to finally be able to move on. But when I became adult, somehow that old memories came back,
Mm-hmm.
like the wounding come to find me back.
Exactly. Okay.
Mm.
So now recall that memory. How old were you?
15.
15. Okay. So feel that 15-year-old version of yourself. Be in that moment. And feel how she felt when he made that gesture to her. And notice what area of your body calls your attention most.
I felt something in my arm, my hand.
Okay.
And
How would you?
this,
Okay. And how would you describe that sensation?
like tingling sensation, like tingling sensation.
Okay.
Mm.
And on a scale of 1 to 10, how tingly is it?
Three.
Okay. You mentioned earlier when we talked about mom mentioning something about your outfit recently, whenever that was. Let's remember that memory for a minute. Tap into how that felt when she said something about your clothing. Can you remember that feeling?
Yes, I was very angry.
Anger is actually a good thing. Anger will help you heal. So let's embrace that. Notice what area of your body calls your attention most when you feel angry.
My neck and shoulders and the back of my head.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how activated is that?
It's 2.
Okay. So let's start with the uncle memory. Right, so recall that memory again. Find the area of your body that it calls your attention most. And just keep your awareness on that sensation. Are we still in the arm?
Yes, a little bit.
Okay. So just see that 15-year-old in your mind's eye. Feel how she felt in that moment. Notice the area of your body that calls your attention most. Be present with that sensation. And now watch the pointer as we move the pointer across the screen, but your awareness is on the sensation in your body. Just notice how that sensation shifts and changes. Now it's a little difficult for me to see your eyes because of the glare on the computer, so I'll rely on you to let me know which area of the pointer most activates the sensation in your body. Is that more or less intense on this side?
It's more intense on this side.
In this area? Okay, does that increase or decrease as we go up?
Okay.
Increase? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to adjust so that I can hold this pointer here. So just take a deep breath into that sensation. Remember that God is in the body. The body is the temple. Trust the body and surrender to the sensations in the body. Ask the mind to be still. Its only job is to watch and be present with those sensations in the body. a deep breath in and out of that sensation and just surrender to the body's process. What are you experiencing in your body now?
Well, the sensation starts to become mild. Yeah.
So recall that feeling of I'm not enough. What area of your body calls your attention most when we say that?
So when you say, do I need to visualize the memories when I was insulted?
There's nothing that you have to do. So conjure up whatever memory or emotion is strongest in you around not being enough. Right? Even if it's imagining putting yourself out there, creating a video and posting it online. Right? Look for that fear. What if people criticize me? What if they make fun of me? Right? Look for what is most difficult for you. And then notice how your body responds.
Yeah, I can feel my back, my shoulders, and upper part of my back, the neck, the shoulders, and upper part of my back.
And how would you describe that sensation?
It's like three.
How would you describe it?
3 or 4. Yeah, 4.
Is it tingly? Is it tight? Is it heavy? Is it dense? What words would you give to describe that sensation?
Dense and heavy.
Okay, so let's just spend some time with that sensation in the body. And what are you experiencing now?
I can feel that the sensation is getting less and less.
Yeah. Good.
But it's moving from the upper part to only the shoulders and neck.
Good.
Yes.
Wonderful. Let's just stay with that a little longer. See how it moves. You're doing good. And what are you experiencing now?
I can feel tingling sensation at the lower part of my back.
Okay. Tingling. Is that,
Yes.
describe that a little bit more for me. Is it warm? Is it cold? Does it feel good? Is it not undesirable or not desirable?
Not undesirable, but it's not desirable.
Okay. Okay. Strange wording, I know. Okay. Let's just stay with that sensation. Doing good. If there's any thoughts or memories that come to mind, feel free to share. And what are you experiencing now?
Yes, I can feel it reduce. The tingling sensation only it's in my hand, and I don't feel any sensation at the lower part.
Good. Good. So I want to call attention to typically the area of the body where a trauma will show up indicates a theme of what we are struggling with. And when it shows up in the shoulders or in the neck, it's often the sign of a burden too heavy for us to carry. It is often connected to the belief that it's up to us to fix the burden or fix the problem. Right? So
Fix the belief.
fix the belief. So if you believe that there's a problem with you, what a struggle or a burden it would be to try to fix yourself, because it's not possible. In fact, we're trying to do God's job. And so we want to give that burden back. To say, there's nothing about me that I can fix or that I need to fix. God, you
There's
made
nothing.
me, right?
Give that burden back.
Sorry, say that again.
Give that burden back to God.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So you can literally imagine, pick up your burden, pick up the belief that there's something wrong with me, and imagine giving it to God. It's no longer your challenge to fix. Your task is to embrace who God made you to be and to love every aspect of it.
What do I say?
To embrace, to love who you are, to love who God made you to be. Yes? So as we're sitting in this session, I'm seeing the vision of a little girl who desired to be, the word is fawned over here. It means, for people to say how beautiful you are, how precious you are, how amazing you are, right? So for your mother to say, I love you so much. You're so amazing and beautiful and awesome, and you're perfect the way you are, right? So that's likely what the little girl wanted when she was young and what she was missing. And what was the vision that I was seeing was, this will come through your art. The admiration, right? To admire someone. The admiration that you are seeking will come through your purpose. Does that make sense? Do you understand that?
Yeah. I'm not sure I get that.
Okay. So to admire something. My daughter is homesick today, and she put this on my desk while we were talking. Right? It's a beautiful flower. To admire this flower is to say, what a beautiful flower this is. How amazing this flower is. How precious. This is the most beautiful thing in my whole house right now. This beautiful flower. So that's me admiring it, right? I get the sense that your inner child, the little girl inside you, right? The 15-year-old version of you, she wanted to be admired. Yes?
Yes.
And so you desire people to admire you, to validate you, to say amazing, beautiful things about you. That will come through your purpose. You have beauty within that you are meant to offer to the world. Yes? Okay. So that reminds me, let's go back to that 15-year-old version of yourself, right? Let's see her in your mind's eye. Go to her. And imagine you're looking her in the eye. And feel how she was feeling.
She was sad.
Yeah.
She was very upset.
Notice how your body's responding. Feel her upset. So focus more on how she's feeling, and then just notice your body.
I can feel the sensation here.
Good.
My face and front of my neck and my chest, upper part of my chest.
Good. Excellent. So now imagine as you see her in your mind's eye and you're looking her in the eye and you're feeling with her how she's feeling. And you ask her, what does she need?
needs a mom to say that she loves her.
Yeah.
Because as far as I can tell, that words have never been said by mom. Or maybe once. Yeah, maybe once.
It doesn't matter how many times she heard it. If she needed to hear it more, that's okay. Okay. You deserve that love. No matter what.
So what she really needed was to be accepted who she really is, no matter how she looks, no matter how she appears. So yes, she wants to be accepted totally by her mother.
Yeah. And the next step after acceptance is celebrated. Right? We want to celebrate who you are. So we are made up of parts. There's a 15-year-old part in you that needs the adult version of you. Right? So can you, in your adult form, make a promise to that 15-year-old part of you to love her? It starts within you. And what we change within us will then be reflected in our outer world. So your task is to start loving yourself. Right? So let's ask her one more question. Let's ask her, how does she need to be loved? How can we show her love?
She wants to be treated right, and she doesn't want to be compared with others. That's all that she needs. She just wants to be treated right. She doesn't ask for more. She doesn't ask for moon and stars. What she asks is to be treated right and not to be compared about her physical.
She deserves the moon and stars. What she's asking for is just the bare minimum.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. To be embraced and accepted for who we are is a human right. Right? That's the floor. Right? Allow her to ask for more. Okay? She deserves the moon and stars. Okay? Let's start treating her that way. Okay? One last question for you. Do you think you could allow yourself to just create more? More art? More painting? More drawing?
Yes.
Okay. Let's stop pushing ourselves away from our dream. Okay.
Sorry?
So when I say don't push yourself away from your dream, that means when you force yourself to start a business selling something you don't want to, you're pushing yourself away from your dream. That's not to say maybe you sell drawing classes or maybe you sell painting classes. But right now, we're not there yet. We're going to just start with the painting and the drawing. Let the inspiration flow. Tap into your heart's desire. Okay? The work will come. The money will come. Trust God with that. Okay? Okay. How do you feel now?
I feel a sense of relief and sense of like a weight that has been lifted from my shoulders.
Good.
And yeah, by just talking to you, like you, what you said to me, like connecting some of the things that missing, what missing in my life and what's holding me back.
Yeah. Wonderful. Good. I'm happy to hear that. Make sure you drink a lot of water. Put your feet on the ground and consume salts. Do you have some pink Himalayan salt?
Yeah.
Okay. Take some salt a couple times a day. It helps the body release. We're cleansing and releasing now. Okay. If you feel a little tired, that's okay. That's normal. Your body has been holding on to this for a long time. So now it gets to rest. Right? Trust your body if you need to rest. Okay. And then I would love to support you in the future. I'll send you an email with all those options if you want to connect again. Okay.
All right.
I love
Thank
you,
you
my
very
friend.
much.
Namaste.
Yeah.
Bye. All right. So I hope you enjoyed. Again, please send love to Zahida and let her know she is beautiful, awesome, and amazing. And we support her in every possible way. If you are interested in a trauma spotting session and you'd like to receive a free session for the exchange of posting it on YouTube, let me know, comment below, and I'm happy to offer that to you. Otherwise, you can work with me weekly and as often as you'd like to start to remove your blocks so that you can step into your purpose. We have all sorts of options, so those links are down below as well. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and share this with someone who you think may benefit from this. And please do subscribe because that does help spread the word to let others know how they can remove their blocks and step into their purpose. Sending you love, my friends. Namaste.